Last year in November, I loaded up Minecraft to check out some of the new features that have been added since the last time I played, and to just experience a bit of nostalgia. Fast forward 1 week, and after starting a multiplayer world with my girlfriend, as well as a solo world to play on by myself, I just felt the urge to keep playing, to continue completing task after task after task. I figured this was the typical 2-week phase hitting me, and I didn't get my hopes up too much. Well, fast forward yet another week, and I was getting ready for the burnout to start setting in. Only it never did. 2 weeks later, I was still loading up that world I have on Bedrock every single morning when I woke up. 1 month after that, I was still falling deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole, watching building tutorials for every kind of design known to man, until one day, it finally started to creep in just a little bit. That dreaded feeling that we're all so familiar with, of perpetual boredom as you run around your world aimlessly, no clue what to do next. Then I found this small creator. I'm sure most of you have no idea who this is. His name is Waxfraud, I think? I'm kidding, of course. I'm sure we all know who Waxfraud is. And the way he builds is so incredibly impressive, and it's inspired me and pretty much all my builds ever since I found his channel. A little over a month ago now, I made the decision to bite the bullet and start uploading to this YouTube channel. In doing so, I knew very well even then that I had absolutely no idea what I was getting myself into. Seeing my quote competition was definitely quite daunting. I remember asking myself quite a few times for weeks before I finally started uploading, where do I fall into all this? Now, I'm no stranger to YouTube, social media, algorithms. I've been doing this content creation thing for quite a while now, but never have I taken on a challenge like I have with this YouTube channel. That being said, I think I've recently started to find my stride as a creator, and that's felt really good. Taking on difficult challenges has become much more natural, and overcoming said challenges has become significantly easier as well. In this video, I take on a project that has served as my biggest challenge yet. Not only do I fight the Wither for the first time in this video, but I also build a massive tower that I'll be using as a trading hall in this world. The design that I end up going with is a circular design, and this alone significantly adds to the difficulty of pretty much any Minecraft build. I've also decided that after all the progress we've made over the past month alone, this world may very well just become the channel for Everworld. If you enjoyed the video at any point or find it helpful in any way, then be sure to leave a like. This one took a ton of time and effort to put together, so it would be greatly appreciated. One last thing, I live stream most days right here on the YouTube channel, so make sure to subscribe if you want to catch one of those streams. Anyways, enjoy the video, and one minor footnote. Consider taking on that challenge that you may be avoiding. You might just find out what you're meant to do in this world. Welcome back to episode 3 of our Minecraft survival series, everybody. In the last episode, we built a massive barn house that I still have a little bit of work to do on the interiors of. But in the last video that I uploaded, we actually spent about 2 hours in a long play format. Get out of my face, Bee. What are you doing? I got all these bee friends. I love having these guys all around here. But yeah, in the last video that we uploaded, we spent about 2 hours in a long play format building this nature path / pond area. I'm really happy with how it ended up turning out. It feels very chill, very ambient to hang out here and gather honey. But this honey farm nets about 2 or 3 stacks of honey per in-game day, so it's super efficient and super chill to hang out by as well. One other thing I will mention is that I decided to switch out to BSL shaders. I didn't even know until a couple hours before recording this video that my computer could even handle BSL shaders. But aside from that, I think that they just look phenomenal, and that's obviously subjective preference, but I think they look better than complementary, I'm not gonna lie. And weirdly enough, I've actually seen an increase in my average frame rate since I switched to BSL, so might be some good information for some people to have. I don't know. But I will be using BSL shaders for the foreseeable future. Anyways, in this episode, I have a couple of different plans, starting with, well, you'll be able to see somewhat of the plan that I have for this episode. We're gonna build a big tower. That's gonna be like the big grand project that we take on near the end of the video. But first things first, I want to beat the game. I know what I said in the last video. I know what I said about not rushing, but I would like to beat the game. I'd like to get some elytras and shulkers, and I'd also like to beat at least one wither so that we can have a beacon for all of the projects that we plan to do in future episodes. I know what I said. I don't want to rush. I don't want to give in to the pressure of what works and what doesn't work on modern Minecraft YouTube. I get it. I know what I said, okay? But I want shulker boxes more than anything right now. So I think the order that I'm going to do that in is I'm going to beat the wither first. I'm going to go grab the last wither skeleton skull that I need. First things first in this video. Then I'll beat the wither, and then I will use the ender eyes that I have, or the eyes of ender that I have, to go and find my stronghold. I did get a really good bow off camera as well. I've spent a lot of time at the mob spawner, to say the least. And I'm actually thinking about making a better, more efficient XP farm once we get to the end as well. So maybe we'll do that in this video too. Got a lot of plans, man. I haven't crammed enough into the previous episodes, so I'd like to start doing that and getting a little bit more done in each episode. And I think that would make for a more enjoyable experience for all of us. But with that being said, man, I mean, come on. BSL shaders just look absolutely beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking complementary shaders, but I mean, Can you even really compare the two? Anyways, let's head on into the nether and grab the last wither skeleton skull that we need to fight the wither, and then we can get ourselves a beacon. All right, so if you got either of the previous episodes of this series, then you'll know that our luck has been pretty good in terms of first showing up to this nether fortress. They're wrecking me up, man. Holy crap. Oh my goodness, there we go. The second one. Yes, there we go. That just keeps happening to us. I bet you if I was going for another one, it would take me another 2-3 hours to get one. Oh, everybody say hello to Daryl. Hey, buddy. Whoa, what the heck? That's not necessary. Everybody say hello to Daryl, my friend. Whoa, whoa. What's with all of you guys trying to mess me up here? Daryl. All right, while I'm here, I'm actually going to grab some soul sand, a bunch of soul sand, as much as I can carry before I head back as well. I keep needing some here and there, and I keep not having any here and there. So this is another reason why we're going to be killing the Ender Dragon in this video as well, because I need some shulkers for this very purpose. I also need like so much bone meal as well. I pretty much used every single piece of bone meal that I have on the honey farm build, and that is all we're looking for. Let's go ahead and get on out of here, and let's go fight the wither, dude. Get ourselves a beacon. And I should also mention that we have this nether portal as well, which is not the nether portal I usually come in, but this is the area that I spend the most time around in the nether. The reason for that is because it's the first portal that I ever made. It's just across the ocean from our main base. It's like 1,500 blocks, so it's not worth me going back through right now. When I get an elytra, that'll be a different story. But that's another reason why we're going to be getting the elytra in this episode. There's so much that we could open up. Okay, buddy, you're looking aggressive. Basically, there's just a ton of opportunity and possibility that we can open up once we have like end game gear like the elytra and the shulker boxes. And I'd like to get that stuff as soon as possible. I can see why people usually speedrun that part of the game, because it's really good to have that kind of stuff on any long-term world. Oh my goodness, is this what the sunrise looks like with PSL shaders on? Bro, you gotta be kidding me. This is like, I mean, come on. Really? I was gonna say, I mean, come on either way, but now there's a creeper and a... well, okay, this is bad, dude. What the heck? Anyways, my goodness. I cannot get over how beautiful these shaders are. And I still can't get over the fact that my potato $600 PC can run this shader pack. Again, that could be useful information for anybody watching this video. It may not be as intensive as a lot of people think. Alrighty, and now we can grab our other 2 wither skeleton skulls that we got in the previous episodes. And with all that out of the way, we can go ahead and fight the wither, get ourselves a beacon. And this is actually going to be the first time I've ever fought the wither, literally ever. So you guys are here for it, man. I did mention it in my previous video, or maybe it didn't make it into the final cut. I tried to fight the wither on my previous bedrock world, which is the only other world that I've ever beat the game on. And for some reason, the wither just wouldn't spawn. I know a lot of people are going to ask if I had the game on peaceful or not. I didn't. I kept trying it over and over again, changing it to peaceful and then turning it off, and I never even really played the game on peaceful at that time. I do now, don't get me wrong, because I hate getting my stuff blown up. Back then, I really didn't, so I'm not sure what happened, but this is going to be the first time I've ever fought the wither, so, I mean, wish me luck, man. Oh my goodness. Like, I swear to God, I will shut up about it in a second, but look at that lighting. Look at that lighting, okay? Like, what a beautiful sunrise. Wow, dude. Oh my goodness. I can't get over it, but I swear to God, you guys will stop hearing about it right after this clip. Promise, I'm making the commitment right now. So typically my gamer brain would want me to look up a guide and sort of figure out how to do the boss fight before I actually do it. But I'm not going to do that. I think I might just kind of raw dog this thing. I can't. What is this? This is not fair at all. Yeah, wish me luck. I got 2 notch apples, so should go good. I'm hoping. Mid-fight. The scariest that... Oh, come on, dude. That is the second time this has happened, this fight. But yeah, I have the perfect spot in mind. I'm thinking we'll go over here and do it because there's just this big, like, blotch of land over here. Nah. All right, let's just do this. Let's just stop. Let's just stop playing around and let's just do this. Okay, dude. See, this is the problem I had on Bedrock before. He didn't even spawn. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, you're gonna hit hard, aren't you? That's not good. Oh my God. All right, dude. Let's see if we can't get a break. Oh my goodness. Okay, we do quite a bit of damage when we actually hit him, but I am gonna die. Like, I had to use my second notch apple already. This is so annoying. This is such an annoying fight. There we go. Oh, he deflected that one. I hate that. I hate that feature. Okay, he's half health. He's half health. As soon as I see myself go down by 2 hearts and I'm withered, I gotta get out of there. I gotta get out of there. Okay, this might work. No, 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 no. I just got trapped in here. This is not good. I don't even have a pickaxe with me. What is with this mode that he goes into? This is irritating. Okay, we might have him here. We might have him here. This is it. This is it. This is it. You're done. You're done. You're done. I got the nether star. Let's go, dude. Okay, I wasn't sure if that was going to happen. That felt like one of those like Souls bosses that you come across in a game where you're like, I don't know if I'll actually ever be able to do this, dude. All right, well, aside from the rage that ensued, I think we're good to go. Let's go ahead and head back to the base. I also got something called a wither rose from this as well, which is just seemingly a black rose. And that is really cool. Oh, wait, I just got withered from it. Okay, well, still, that's cool. I mean, I got to think about how I can use that effectively, but that's super cool. Look at that flower, man. That's awesome. Even has particle effects around it as well. All right, before we do anything else, though, let's go ahead and make this beacon. Alrighty, I grabbed all the materials that I need. I thought I did. Oh, I don't have enough glass. Wow. Okay, dude. All right, now that I actually have all the materials that I need, let's make this actual beacon. Okay, dude. There we go. All right, so let's go 1, 2, 4, 5, 5, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5, 5, 3. All right, so let's go ahead and get this last block here that I was stupid and put on and for some reason thought needed to go there. And just like that, dude, we have got ourselves a beacon. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy. Go away, you. I'm trying to have a moment. Trying to do a cool thing. Wow, it looks really cool with BSL shaders on. Sorry, I said I'd stop mentioning it, but I mean, come on. It does look cool with BSL shaders on, doesn't it? Oh, yeah, dude. Feels good. Feels good to have the beacon. And within the next couple of minutes within this video as well, we'll also have killed the Ender Dragon and have an Elytra and Shulkers. So that's a lot of progress for the first 5 or 10 minutes of an episode. But I do think it's necessary. Like I said, despite what I said in the previous video, these are just things that are kind of essential if you're going to be playing long-term on a world or if you're going to be doing big projects, either or. I keep getting assaulted on my own property nonetheless, and it needs to stop. I just discovered as well that you can't bone meal these wither roses, which is really disappointing. I'm really disappointed about that. But with that being said, I think I'll just go ahead and replace these Valley of the Lilies of the Valley, or whatever the heck they're called, okay? I think I'll replace these that we got here with them. Oh yeah, that looks really cool. There we go. That looks quite nice, actually, with the red candles. All right, enough chit-chat about flowers. Let's go ahead and talk about killing dragons, dude. All right, so the first thing we're going to do to prepare for the end dragon fight is we're going to grab a bunch of water bottles so that we can make some potions of slow falling. I absolutely love this pond, by the way. The way that it turned out is it's still way better than I thought it was ever going to be in the first place. Link down below to the long play if you guys want to see how this project came together. But shameless plugs out of the way, I'm going to go make some potions of slow falling. And just like that, we have got 3 potions of slow falling that last for 4 minutes each. That's honestly all I should need. That being said, I do also have feather falling 3 on our boots as well, so I really do think we'll be fine in terms of fall damage. And in terms of pure damage, I think that we'll be okay as well. We got power 5, flame, and infinity on the bow. And after that last fight, that fight with the wither was rough. So after that, I'm thinking this fight with the ender dragon should be okay. Maybe not a cakewalk, but honestly, it might be compared to that wither fight, because that was just a nightmare. So let's go grab our eyes of ender and slowly start making our way to our stronghold. Okay, so that was a total rip-off. I just threw my first eye of ender for the first time ever. I know that we're going to be going in this direction, but the way I know that is by finding out that the first eye of ender that we ever threw is going to break on the very first try. So, I mean, that's just a sign of good things to come if I've ever seen it. Today's not been a good Minecraft day behind the scenes for me, okay? I'm not gonna lie. But that's okay, because we push on regardless. I'm hoping the stronghold isn't too far away. Yeah, so I made it another grand total of 5 steps away from the house, and we already lost another Eye of Ender. Okay, so This is ridiculous. Wow, dude. This is unbelievable. Are they supposed to break this much? What am I dealing with right now? Come on, man. Okay, that's what is supposed to happen, like 90% of the time in my experience. I did go ahead and bring some obsidian and some flint and steel with us as well. So we will eventually link up the starter base with the stronghold as well once we've killed the ender dragon. All right, I didn't actually think this through. So I have a boat sitting over here from when I first docked on this beach. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this boat, and if I'm correct, there should be a boat right here. Awesome. It's a boat with a chest and everything. It's a boat with a chest attached to a boat with a chest too. Perfect. Aw. I hope we don't have to go too far for this. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god, another one broke. Dude, are we even gonna make it there before my Eyes of Ender all break? Wait, is it already It's already going in the opposite direction, dude. No way. I've been looking for like 5 minutes. Have we already found it? Okay. Okay, yeah, we're not far from it at all. Like right in this area right here. I'm not even gonna go back for that other one. Okay, let me go this way for a second and then throw this like that. Yeah, it's literally right down here. Okay, we're not even gonna need to link this up. We're like probably 500 blocks away from the base. That's crazy, dude. Oh wow, this is like, wow, this stronghold is like kind of underwater. Okay, no it's not. Hey, there we go, and we got the achievement. Perfect, dude. Through here. Let's see how far we have to go into this for our portal room. No way it's right there. No way it's right there. Okay, I was wrong both times. Never mind. Is this it down here? Did we find it? And not quite. This is a massive stronghold. Okay. Oh, I found it. There we go. I didn't even mean to. I really wasn't even trying to. I thought I was going back to where I came from. And I'm not gonna have enough. Oh my goodness! That's okay. I have the eyes back at the base. That's okay. I can link up. I can actually link up the base with the stronghold here. Yo, hey. You need to... Hey. Stop that. Speaking of silverfish, I tried making a silverfish XP farm the other day, and it just did not work. I mean, I get there like one of the best in the game, but it just did not want to work for me. So we're gonna make an Enderman XP farm. All right, let's go through this portal and see where we are in the Nether. Shouldn't be too far from my main portal. Oh yeah, we're definitely really close, and we are getting jumped. First things first. Great. Oh yeah, I literally know exactly where I am. This is perfect. This is right in between the other portal I was talking about before and the main portal that we usually use by the base. All right, let's get back to the base really quickly and get all these Eyes of Ender that we need. And then it's time to beat the game. Episode 3, I know, antithesis of what I said in the last episode. The words will haunt me until the day I die, but it's time to get some shulker boxes and get an elytra. It's an irresistible pull to the end game that I completely understand now. And that's about all I'll need. Perfect, dude. Let's go light this portal up, and then let's go kill a dragon. And my goodness, dude, if that portal placement isn't absolutely perfect, because like I said before, the portal that I have that we walk by every single time we're in the Nether is this portal over here all the way across the ocean. And if I had to guess, I would say that the stronghold that we ended up getting is somewhere right in the very middle of those two portals. Now let's go ahead and light this portal up and jump on in once we get it done. All right, and without any more procrastinations, I would say that it's time we get this done and over with. What just happened? That freaked me out, I'm not gonna lie. What the heck, dude? I'm gonna say it one more time because I think it's necessary in the end. Wow, BSL shaders look so good in the end. Let's not accidentally look at an Enderman. I didn't bring any blocks to build with except obsidian. I genuinely messed up. Okay. This could be bad. This could be really bad. I accidentally looked at that Enderman. Yeah, you can't hit them with bows and arrows, can you? I'm gonna end up dying, aren't I? Oh no! Will they not be aggro with you if you just leave them alone for a second? Oh, dude, no, I just messed up so bad. All right, so that was kind of embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. That was super rookie. You would honestly think I've never fought the dragon before. I did get another bow with power 5, flame, unbreaking 3, and infinity, and I actually spent quite a bit of time getting this sword as well, which I'm pretty sure is a perfect sword. So when we do get our netherite gear, I think this is the sword that we will be upgrading and using for the long term. By the end of this video, we're gonna have this wizard tower done, and when I get this wizard tower done, we are going to have cleric traders as well as librarian traders in it as well. Anyways, enough procrastinating. Let's get back into the end and finish this ender dragon off and get ourselves everything we need from there. All right, dude, just like that, we are back at the portal. I'm gonna go right in because now I have everything that I need to actually get over to the other side with. So let's pull out our building blocks, bridge over. Okay, so before anything happens, I'm just gonna go like this as well and make a nice little bridge back to our platform. And then before I start fighting the dragon, I'm gonna have to grab some end stone as well, because obviously that took up over a stack of my cobblestone. Oh, that was close. I don't want to accidentally look at an enderman. That could be a bad situation if we get caught off guard. First things first, let's go ahead and take this guy out here. Oh, just a little short. Alrighty, there's one down. See if I can get under here and hit this one out. There we go. Just like so. Bam. Just like that. And I hit this one from down here. Oh, I got looked at by... No, I didn't. Oh, that's the perfect situation. We need to grab as much of this as we can. Alright, there's another one. And another one. And more dragon's breath. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. There's another one. The hitboxes on these are massive. It makes it almost too easy. And there, yeah, see what I mean? That's way too easy. Get away from me. Why are you so close? Gotta hear you. I'll hit you. I'll hit. Oh, ow. Okay, dude. Oh, nice. We actually hit the dragon with that as well. I think that's it. Wow, really? We got them all already? Okay, let's start taking out the dragon then. I thought there was more than that. Oh, wait, there is one more. Where? Oh, way up there. It's not even covered. I didn't even have to pillar up to any of these. Wow, dude. Yeah. Get out of here, buddy. You're trying to do your thing. I say too easy, but now I'm not exactly sure. What the heck, man? Okay, maybe I do have to pillar up then. Hey, there we go. We got it. Okay, I think that was the last one. Now we can start taking out the dragon. Bro's dancing. What the heck is that? What kind of movement is that, sir? Whoa! What the heck, dude? Is that supposed to happen? I'm on the tallest pillar now. He just flung me. How's that fair? I might try and keep my distance from... Or am I good here? Am I good here? Okay, yeah, we're good there. We're good there. Oh my goodness! What's this infighting going on my screen right now? Yo, y'all are on the same team, dude. Okay, yep. There's a chance for the last couple bottles I have to be filled with dragon's breath. Beautiful. Oh, one more. Nice, dude. I'm like the worst with a bow and arrow right now. I don't know why. Oh, no. Wow. Damage. That's right. You fly away. Give me an easy shot. And I missed the easy shot. Yeah, this fight is way too easy, man. I get that this game came out in 2009, but like, did Mojang just anticipate that you would accidentally look at Enderman more or what? Because I really don't have that issue. Let me in. Okay, we're good. We got in. Hoi. It's kind of tanky, actually. Whoa, dude. Dang. Ooh, the snipes. Oh, you just ate that. Literally. Yeah, okay. One shot. Let's go. This is gonna be my second time. Yeah, dude, let's go. Let's go. And just like that, we have beat the game, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, for now, let's go ahead and raid some end cities. Let's see if we can find a couple of elytras. I know I want at least 10 to 15 shulkers before we head out of here for our first raid. And then after that, we're going to build ourselves an Enderman XP farm because we may have a lot of levels right now. We are going to need a much more efficient farm than we currently have with the zombie XP farm. So with all that being said, I will cut to when I'm at my first end city and see if we get lucky enough and come across one with a ship for our first one. I had to make a bit of a detour back to the base really quickly because I needed to grab these rockets that I've had for hundreds of days now in this world. But I have been prepared for this day, man. I love the elytra so much. I totally understand it's a controversial item, and I even get where people are coming from with their criticisms of it, but I love it, man. I absolutely love it. It makes every aspect of the game just so much more accessible. But enough filler in this video. Let's go get ourselves some shulkers and some elytras. Oh, I didn't grab any building blocks back at the base. Oh, I'm gonna have to grab some of this end stone here. Dude, how do people cope with being in this dimension in hardcore? Honestly, like, there's no saving yourself if you hit the void. There's no totem of undying your way out of that. Genuinely, doing this in hardcore would induce blood pressure problems in me. I swear, bro. Okay, we got to the other island successfully. Let's see how far we have to go out. Hopefully, we get an end ship. And hopefully, if we do get an end ship, we don't get absolutely screwed by RNG. Okay, I'm getting attacked by an Enderman. Nice. But yeah, hopefully we don't get absolutely screwed by RNG because the first end ship I ever found didn't have an elytra in it. So yeah, you bet I was upset about that. Go away. You hurt. You actually hurt. One of my pieces of gear doesn't have any protection on it. I'm vulnerable. See, this is cool. I like those islands that are sort of like at a different elevation over there. I want to see a bit more verticality in the end. I have only been here a couple of times. I know I don't really have the authority to be speaking on these kinds of things, but that's something I've heard quite a few people mention. And I thought that was just an interesting, very intuitive concept that, like, why doesn't that already exist? You know what I mean? There's so much unused space in the end. Let me turn my render distance up for a second. Yeah, I can see better with that. It'll be less frame rate for the video, but I'll turn it back down in a second. Actually, frames aren't really suffering that much. Wow. BSL shaders, I'm telling you guys right now, for anybody watching this video that might be interested in recording their own gameplay, don't fall for the trap that everybody tries to tell you that complementary shaders are the best shader for low-end systems. Dude, I consistently get like 40 to 50 more frames per second, even when I'm recording with both OBS as well as Flashback when I'm using the BSL shaders. I'm just learning about all this different stuff myself, but that's one thing I've noticed is BSL shaders somehow give me significantly better performance. Oh, just as I'm saying this, we get an end city. Oh, does it have a ship? Yeah, as I was saying, BSL shaders basically give me significantly better performance than complementary shaders do, which was jarring to me. I didn't expect that. Everybody says that complementary is the best for low-end systems. BSL just looks better as well, in my opinion. And look at that, dude. It does look like we got an end ship on the end city as well, dude. Let's go. That looks like a good one, dude. We're gonna get a couple of shulkers at least from this one. But with that being said, we will probably go for one more after we completely clear this one out. All right, here we are. Let's get inside this thing and get ourselves some shulker boxes and hopefully an elytra, like I said before, from this end ship. Ah, dude, the end rods. Let's go. Let's go. That is so exciting. Oh, hello, buddy. You just teleported right to me. You want to give me my... Oh, you want to give me my first shulker, my friend? How about that? How about we do that? Come on now. Why are you not dying? Yes, dude. There we go. Listen. Okay, there we go. There's another one. I didn't mean to hit you. I'm sorry. Oh, goodness. There we go. Another shulker shell as well. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, then. Come on. Okay. What the heck? You all need to just chill for 1 second, all right? This part I'm more comfortable with, and I'm also more experienced with it because I've done it more than the, you know, the end dragon fight. I did that one other time when I was on my bedrock world, but this I've done quite a bit of. Come on, you die. Come on. Why are some of them so tanky? There we go, dude. That's 2 shulker boxes now. And before we go any further up, I'm going to go down and grab all those end rods from down there as well. Whoa! Why is there another one out here? Wow, so tanky. And another shulker shell. Stop it! Quit! Leave me alone. I just want the end rods. Go away, stop. Give me the end rods. What are they just... Did they just teleport all over the place and spawn out here infinitely? Actually, yeah, I've wondered for a while now, how do the spawn mechanics and like the breeding or duplication mechanics work for shulkers? Because I'll probably end up building a shulker farm at some point in the future, and I'm just not sure how all of that works. So maybe if one of you are a little bit more veteran with that kind of knowledge, let me know down in the comments below. This guy is going to be the death of me, literally. Oh my goodness. Stop it. Stop. That's enough, sir. Again, I just want your end rods. Come on. Wait, I have my shovel with me. I could grab some of this purple stained glass. Yeah, let's go, dude. I'll take that. Free stained glass is always nice. Get out of here, you. What are you doing up there? What was that? What was that? Not a very smart strategy. There we go. There's another shulker box in our inventory. Oh, yeah, dude. Look at all these free end rods for the taking. Let's go. I absolutely love these things. Whoa. You're trying to get me, aren't you, buddy? Nice try. I'm a mind reader with these guys. What? Did it just deflect off of him? That is the worst mechanic in the game, dude. I swear to God. But he's literally hanging over like a 300 block drop. Well, maybe that's a bit exact. No. That's not exaggerated at all. That is straight into the void. Those are your end rods, I guess. I wanted them, though. Not fair. Get you, take you out. All right, there's another shulker box in our inventory. Perfect, dude. Come on, man. I gotta be like right on top of them when I break them. Otherwise, half the time they'll fall over the edge. Whoa, that was close. All right, let's get this guy. Whoa, that's so many from the... Oh, no, dude. That's bad. That's bad. So tanky. Oh, my goodness. Okay, let's just get this guy out of here because I think he's the one that's getting me for the most part here. Awesome. There's another shulker shell. Oh, that was so close. That block keeps saving my life. I am being risky right now for these end rods, but that's what they're worth to me, man. I'm telling you. Now, I think the last time I went about this, I went at it from the front of the boat, but obviously there's not really a whole lot in that regard that we can do. So I think I'm just going to make my way over there and kind of try and float over to him. We have obviously feather falling, so I think we should be able to survive even if we do get lifted up for a little bit. Okay, we're getting a little close now, so should be okay, though. Okay, we're super close now. Oh, there we go. We're up. Just get under here. Okay, that works perfectly, actually. Okay, let's just break in here. And then we're a little bit safer, at least. Potion of instant health. We'll take that, as well as the alchemy stand there. No, sir. I don't think so, my friend. No! Okay, we're fine. That scared me, I'm not gonna lie. You need to go now. All right, there we go. And that's 5 shulker boxes in our inventory. We only need to do that 1 or 2 more times before we head out of here for good. Oh my goodness. I just fat fingered control and shift at the same time. All right, let's grab this dragon head as well before we go anywhere or do anything else. Alrighty, there we go. Let's get this guy in our inventory. Nice. Very awesome, as always. Why is it so big? I never understood that. All right, now the moment of truth. Does this end ship have an elytra in it? Okay, dude, thank goodness. I was gonna say, I hope we don't have a repeat of the last time I raided an end ship. So yeah, let's grab this thing out of here. Alrighty, dude, that feels fantastic. Let's go fly around a little bit. Oh my goodness, dude. What was that? I didn't even look at an Enderman. Okay, that's why that hurt so badly. Yeah, we can't be making that mistake. Dang, dude. I wonder if I'm ever going to be like decent at this game and be able to look back on this footage and be like, what a noob that guy was. But I don't know, dude, because like I should not be making this many mistakes. Fighting an Enderman with my elytra on 2 seconds after I got it is not a good start. I have my elytra right there and we can hot swap very easily just in case that happens again. All right, so I cut quite a bit out, but I have 23 shulkers now, so I just want 1 more, and I actually just came across this guy down here, and he didn't give me a shulker shell. The one time I expect it, they don't give it. Anyways, I don't even have any wood with me, so I can't even turn my shulker shells into shulker boxes, so we're gonna have to go after we get this 24th shulker shell, and after that, we will probably come back a little later for even more. We've also got about almost 2 stacks of end rods as well, so I'm pretty happy with that for our first sort of end city raid. We just gotta find 1 more shulker that's willing to give us a shulker shell. Oh, there's one. Perfect. Let's see if you drop one. Yes, he did drop one for us. Perfect, dude. And now we can just fly on down here. Amazing. Pick that up. And let's get on out of here. Let's get back to the base. Let's make ourselves a bunch of shulker boxes. And let's also throw an Unbreaking 3 book on our elytra as well. Ah, what a nice thing to come back to. The frames are a little rough right now, but What a beautiful thing to come back to. I think I mentioned it already in this video, but I absolutely love this pond that we built in the last video that I uploaded. I uploaded it in the format of a long play, but man, I can't get enough of just hanging out around this place here, man. Absolutely love the look of putting Warp Nylum as the base of a pond and then throwing some coral reefs in as well. Obviously get some sea pickles and some sea lanterns in there, and it gives a really nice effect, along with the glow berries that we have hanging off the bridge as well. So definitely check out that long play if you guys haven't already. I think it's the perfect thing to throw on in the background while you're studying or trying to sleep. Anyways, for now, let's head back into the base. Let's go ahead and grab some wood. I am sorry for the frames right now. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but before I restart my game and my computer for a couple of minutes, I would like to get these shulker boxes made. So my apologies. This will not last long. Good lord, seriously, what is going on with the frames? Anyways, let's get these shulker boxes made so I can give my computer a chance to just take a breather. All right, let's grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shulker boxes, plus the other couple that we just put over in this chest over here somewhere. And that is 12 shulker boxes. Let's go, dude. Now I need to turn my computer off for a couple of minutes because it is dying on me. But after that, we are going to get started on the wizard tower. All right, so if we head on over to where we have the outline of the wizard tower, you can see that I've actually picked a block gradient that I want to use instead of just like flat red nether bricks throughout the entire body of the tower. I decided on using red fire coral, I think that's what it's called, and also redstone blocks, which is going to be kind of a pain if we actually go and mine all of it, so we're not going to do that. I'm going to turn on peaceful for a second while I talk to you so none of my hard work gets demolished. Instead of mining for the redstone, I think I'm going to go to the village that's just over this mountain behind us here, and I'm going to grab a couple villagers and create a villager breeder, because we're going to need a bunch of villagers over here eventually once we start building up the whole sort of town area, and we're also going to need them for workers as well. But if we can get a couple of clerics and level them up, then that's what I want to have on a couple of levels of this tower anyways, along with some librarians, and we'll be able to just trade for redstone that way. And we already have a couple of sources of infinite emeralds through trades as well, so we should be good in that regard. Before we're able to do anything with the build, I'm going to have to go and gather some red fire coral, and obviously I'm going to have to get the redstone blocks as well. So I know where there's a warm ocean biome in my world. It's just over here, a couple thousand blocks away. I have this area linked up with the main base here, but I'm also thinking about incorporating some black blaze terracotta because that's a block that is black and red, and I think that that works really well, obviously, with what we're going for. But because we decided to use coral blocks, as you can see back here, we have to use mangrove roots and waterlog them and put that on the back of every single coral block. Otherwise, if we take the water away from the mangrove root there, you can see that the coral block will die pretty quickly. So that's going to be a bit tedious, but not really resource intensive or anything like that. So I'm going to do it. I think the coral looks really good in the gradient, so we're going to go ahead and use it. But with that being said, it's time for me to gather some materials and also go grab some villagers. The villager breeder that I make will not be a unique design by any means. This is my first time actually messing with villager trading, so wish me luck. Hopefully all goes according to plan. I'll also leave the link down below as well to the villager breeder design that I end up going with. Anyways, let's go grab some villagers and bring them to a new home. And since the first time we actually built this Happy Gas docking station, we now have an excuse to go ahead and use it. Up top, we have a couple of chests filled with boats, leads, and fence posts as well. So go ahead and hop on our Happy Gas here. Got everything I already need, as well as a helmet that I just enchanted with Aqua Infinity for when we need to go gather the coral as well. And I got really lucky on it. I got Protection 4 and Unbreaking 3 on it. Since I died in the void, I actually have been getting really lucky with my gear, so thank goodness for that. I'm also actually thinking about building a house for the meantime to put our villagers in that we bring back from the village over the mountain over there. I don't have my chunk distance set very high right now, but you know what I mean. I'm thinking about building a house right here to put the villagers in when we get back. But when we get back, we're just going to put them in a little dirt shack for now, so I think I'm gonna build that up really quickly. Okay, there we go. We got one done. Nice little staircase up there. This is so jury rigged, but we're gonna obviously have a way better trading setup by the end of this video. This is just so I can get the redstone that we need and also some mending to put on our tools as well. Okay, we gotta head back to the base really quickly. Wow, that was really close. Dude, by the way, oh my goodness, flying around feels so good around this base. I'm probably going to do a long play one of these days while I make the path around the rest of the base. I also decided to throw in these lamp posts as well. And as you can see between the last episode and this one, I did throw some azalea trees on the side of the path as well. But anyways, I keep getting sidetracked, so let's go ahead and hop on our Happy Gas and get the heck out of here and get some villagers. All right, one of you is about to have a very different life after today. Wow, dude, what a small village. Oh my goodness. All right. All right. Go in the boat. Okay, so we have you. You're a Fletcher. Oh my goodness. Am I going to take the child into a life of slavery? A life of child slavery? He will know nothing else.
Yeah, you probably will.
Hey! The baby villager just went in the boat all on his own. So glad I was recording that. Dude, what? Why did he do that? Why would you do that? Okay. I'm gonna have to be quick because otherwise Flo is gonna run away from me. Come on. Come on. Come on. Wait. No. Why, game? Oh, wait. I think I had to shift. There we go. Sick, dude. That is pretty awesome. Yeah, I was just randomly recording that, too. And that was so funny. Just... You're gonna hear yourself in my video.
Oh, no. No one wants to listen to that.
Okay, so I think we're just gonna put the 2 villagers that we got in this tiny little itty bitty box for now, and then we're gonna get all the materials that we need to build the villager breeder that I was talking about before. So let's see if we can sort of bullseye this. Come on, let's go straight down. Did I do it? Did I get him in there? I think so. Perfect, dude. All right. Yeah, like I was saying, we're gonna get the materials that we need for that villager breeder so that we basically don't have to do what I just did ever again. It wasn't actually that long. That probably took me like 5 minutes. But maybe we can actually build that house that I was talking about before right behind us, and we could use that for the villager breeder. So let's hop down off here. Take our... No, don't. You're gonna mess everything up. I really hate Happy Gas. How do I get the... Oh my god, no. Stop. What is this? What? Yeah, take my villagers, dude. Really? That I had to do that? Really? Yeah, get out of here. Go on. Get out of here. I don't know if I'll include the actual rage in the video or not, but I'll include this in here, and at least you can know what happened either way. All right, so we got our fellas here. I think I'm actually just gonna stay here as long as it takes to get mending, because I desperately need mending. It'll actually be my first time ever getting mending. There's a whole lot of firsts happening in this series, and that's why I wanted to sort of just bite the bullet a couple weeks ago when I posted episode 1. Obviously, episode 1 had a lot of visual and audio bugs. It wasn't very well put together cinematically speaking, and even now I'm not as good at the game as most people that are uploading Minecraft videos. But I wanted to bite the bullet because we have a whole lot of firsts sort of going on right now. Like being bullied by this villager into the corner. You want to stop that, dude? Okay? I brought you here. I gave you this nice new home. You gonna stop pushing me around, please? Anyways, yeah, whole lot of firsts happening in this series, and I'm actually really happy about that. I think a couple of years from now, coming back on this series will be really cool and nostalgic to see. And yeah, I mean, anybody that is here now or in the future will be able to sort of come back on the catalog. But with all my yapping out of the way, I'm gonna forego that and actually get to trying to get this mending trade, because from what I've seen, this can take quite a while. Back out there. Oh my goodness. Flying around with an elytra with the speed effect is crazy. Things to fix that. Mending! 8! Oh my goodness, for 21 emeralds too! Wow, that literally took me like 20 minutes straight of breaking lecterns. To be fair, I thought it was going to take a bit longer, but... Oh my goodness, finally. Hey, mending. And I need more emeralds. Okay, got that guy locked in. This other guy is gonna end up being our cleric that we get all our redstone from. This has got to be one of the most irritating parts of constantly carrying golden carrots around. I don't know if I want to keep them in my offhand anymore, because I always have donkeys and bunnies following me everywhere I go. Get out of here, sir. That was really loud. Maybe some of you think I'm evil for what I just did, but it is so annoying. They're constantly in my face when I'm trying to record. Anyways, I did turn our other villager over there into a cleric. Is he a zombie? There's a zombie in there. Oh no. That's actually okay, I think, because then we can get cheaper mending books. Well, we're doing that a little bit earlier than we meant to. Did my mending villager die? Are you serious right now? What happened? Okay, well, everything's going wrong here, dude. Oh, well, I'm an idiot. I left a staircase up to the little dirt shack that I made for them. Okay, well, like I was gonna say, actually, the reason I started recording in the first place was to let you guys know that I gave both those villagers jobs, so we need to go to the other village, a little ways away from the one that we just went to. Well, one of these two, probably this one. And we got to get more villagers so that we can make the villager breeder. Okay, so that was irritating and annoying, but I do have the 2 villagers back here to replace the guys that we had before. One of them I leveled up to an apprentice, almost the next level. I don't actually know what the next level after that is called. But the other one I just got locked in at a... What the heck? They're just gabbing back and forth and making my prices more expensive. What the heck, dude? I accidentally hit one of them while I was trying to level them up and get mending, but... Yeah, I think I got a good price here. 20 emeralds in a book. That's what we had before. So I actually got mending twice, and I just didn't want to take the trade because it was like 36 emeralds. And I knew we got a really good trade before, so I probably spent like 45 minutes or so trying to get this back. So that was a really irritating way to start the day, but it is what it is, I guess. Let's go get the rest of the villagers that we need to build this villager breeder. For now, I need to get out of here. Go right back down to the ground and destroy this staircase, because that is what screwed us over before. So let's get all that out of here. Let's get out of here. As soon as Flo comes to the ground, we can get out of here, go to the other village, and get what we need to get as many villagers as we need. All right, so as you guys can see from the terrain generation, this village that we're over at right now is actually the village that we fought the Wither by. So I did have mob griefing turned off, so thankfully none of it's going to be too destroyed. But with that being said, hopefully the villagers are still all alive. Hopefully we didn't wipe out a whole village just so we could get a beacon. That wouldn't be very good. I did do a little bit of work off camera back at the base to prepare for not just the villager breeder, but also the house that we're going to build around it. So I'm excited to show you guys that when we get back to the base as well. So from the sounds of it and from the looks of it, we do still have quite a few villagers here. Thankfully, we did not massacre an entire village with our Wither fight. Now, you're the kind of villager that can't even get a job, can you? You're useless. So it looks like I'm going to be kidnapping you and your buddy. What say you, friend? Would you like a new home? Come on down. Jeff from Ohio, come on down. No, you're not Jeff from Ohio. You can't even get a job, bro. Get out of here. You're definitely not Jeff from Ohio. I don't know what the Price is Right bit was, but anyways, get over here. You're so close. Yes, thank you. Pull it over to... No, why? What's wrong with you? Okay, let's get you first. Come on, 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 come on. Let me put it back. Let me put the boat down. Oh my goodness, game. Yep, there's one. Okay, perfect. All right, there we go. We got the both of them. Let's take them over to Flo here. Make sure the lead doesn't break in the process. Flo, get down here. Need your assistance. All right. All right, let's get on out of here, dude. Anyways, let's get back to the base and I'll show you guys what I have laid out so far. But before we do get back to the base, we do have a beautiful sunset to enjoy. So I figured we would go ahead and do so for just a couple of seconds. All right, dude, and as we slowly pull up back to the base, you can see that I do have the frame of a house done, like I said before. And inside the frame of that house, also like I said before, is the outline for the villager breeder that I'm going to make. I've seen varied results in the comments of the video that I'm going to be basing this design off of. So we'll see if the first one works. I might have to make a second or maybe even a third one. From what I can tell, they are kind of finicky in how they operate, but I think I have a good enough understanding of how the villager breeding works at this point to make it work. So as we fly over it here, I do have a little box for our villagers just down there. But as we fly over the frame of everything here, make sure we don't lose these guys. Yeah, you can see that we do have the frame of a house outlined. I will be doing a long play a couple days after this video comes out where I actually finish building the house, but I think that adds a lot to the base. Obviously, it's just an outline, but just imagine it finished. I think that we're starting to really make this area come together with not just the tower that we're going to build in this episode, but also the house that we're going to build here around the villager breeder over the course of the next couple of days. I don't know about you guys, but this is sort of the point of a Minecraft playthrough where I start to get really excited at the possibilities. So once again, with all my yapping out of the way, let's go ahead and see if we can bullseye these villagers down in this little dirt shack that I had laid out for them. Oopsies, didn't mean to do that. Oh, I don't think I have shears on me at the moment. That's problematic. Oh wait, yes I do. I have my honey collector with me. Good stuff. Wait. Okay, yeah, let's just get you off of there first things first. You can fly away, Flo. I'm not going to get angry at you like I did the last time. I got it figured out now. It was user error last time. I'm so sorry I yelled at you, Flo. Flo's a good boy. I'm the bad guy here. Well, at least I was the last time. Anyways, let's get these fellas out of here. Now that it's nighttime, we do need them to sleep once before we get them over in the villager breeder. And with all that out of the way, we do have a small amount of material gathering to get out of the way. And then we'll put everything in place that we need to actually make use of these fellas here. Well, I wasn't recording my audio before, but that might have honestly been a blessing in disguise because this was such a pain to actually get together. The 2 villagers that I grabbed didn't seem to be getting rid of their jobs that they had previously, so I had to go get 2 more new villagers. And honestly, dude, I'm about done with Minecraft for the week, okay? Not actually, but it's been rough recording the last like day or 2, I'm not gonna lie. Learning all these new systems and stuff that I wasn't really familiar with until now has been a bit tedious, I'm not gonna lie, but I think it's gonna make for a good video, so it's all worth it in the end. And hopefully within a couple of in-game days, we will be having an infinite source of new villagers and new traders. Man, a lot of work went into that, I'm not gonna lie, and a lot of work is gonna go into this house too once we actually finish it off and make it look like a house and not just a pile of dirt. Yeah, now that we got these guys breeding up other villagers for us, it's going to be perfect because the first one that comes through, we're going to turn him into a cleric because the 2 villagers that I had over there obviously died before, and I replaced the 1 cleric that I had with a librarian. So both those guys are librarians, and we do need a cleric if we're going to get all the redstone that we need for the tower build by the end of this video. In the meantime, while we're waiting for these guys to do their thing, whoops, I didn't mean to get trapped in here, dang it. But yeah, while we're waiting for these guys to do their thing, we're gonna probably go over to the warm ocean biome in our world here, a couple thousand blocks away, and gather as much red fire coral blocks as we can. If you've been keeping up with the community posts, then you might know that I actually ordered some Starlink internet, and I didn't quite realize how sophisticated that technology is. Honestly, I thought you just ordered the device and set it up in your house. And I'm young. I don't own a property. I don't own a home. I don't even have a vehicle. So I thought that I would be able to set it up in my apartment, but that's a no-go. So I'm gonna have to return that. But all of that is to say, there was a point to this monologue and me including all this rambling in the video. I have figured out an alternative solution to increasing my internet connection speed. So expect live streams to start on the channel nearly every weekday, pretty damn soon here. And there we go, dude. We have come across our first Badlands biome in this world, and there's a swamp sort of mixed in with it, which is a really interesting biome pairing. Yeah, seriously, this biome generation is bizarre. There's a swamp at the top of this mountain, and that's as far as it goes. That's so weird, dude. I've never seen generation like this before. Perfect, dude. Well, I will be back with you guys when I have gathered a ridiculous, exorbitant amount of red fire coral blocks. What an absolutely beautiful biome, dude. This is probably the best work Mojang has ever done in terms of creating a beautiful, vibrant, aesthetically pleasing environment to be in. Alrighty, dude, and just like that, we are back at the base with about half a shulker full of red fire coral blocks. So now that we have that done, I actually have to go and redesign this villager breeder, unless I'm mistaken and it is working now. No, it's not working. So yeah, a lot of negative comments on that video. Not like negative, but comments saying that this design wasn't working for them. So I'm just gonna have to look for a different one and basically redo this whole freaking thing. Hey! Oh no, I messed up. Okay, well, I messed up a little bit because I need to make sure that these guys both stay in here. Okay. But yeah, I redesigned it a little bit and I think we're good now. Obviously, I have to wait around a little bit and see just to make sure. But they're both farmers, and the design seems to be quite a bit different from the last one that I was doing. I really feel like I was getting trolled by the last video that I watched before this. I obviously could be entirely wrong, but from what little I know about villager breeding mechanics, the last design that I had set up doesn't make any sense why it would have worked. But this, on the other hand, actually kind of does. I think just to make sure these guys are protected as well, I'm going to cover their little breeder area up with a bunch of glass for now as well. Just until we get a nice house built around them, or potentially windmill built around them, because I actually have been brainstorming a little bit off camera, and I might build a windmill around this villager breeder. Because if I did that, the body of it is already super massive. It would end up being really tall, and that would basically give me more areas to put more traders. And Lord knows we're going to need a lot of areas for that. So yeah, I might very well build a very tall and massive windmill. That's sort of been the theme of this world. I'm basically building America in Minecraft. Bigger is better, right? I don't know if that joke's going to make it in the video. That was very, it was very stale. I don't know. I've been really enjoying doing these big builds lately, and they always look really cool when they're done. So I think we're going to keep on doing that. This is actually perfect because I'll show you guys right now real quick. I have a wheat for emerald trade, and obviously, if you remember from the last episode, we have a... What did I do with my rockets? But anyways, if you remember from the last episode, we do have a massive wheat farm over here, and I already have pretty much a double chest filled with hay bales. So as you can see from the decoration on the path here, I have more than I knew what to do with. So let's go grab a bunch of that really quickly and get more emeralds so we can get mending on the rest of our gear while we're waiting for them to do their thing over there. So let's grab a couple of stacks of hay bales. That should be all we need for now. All right, I had to grab books too, so I got the rockets first things first. But now that we have done that, let's get ourselves a bunch of emeralds and then go grab some more mending books. Okay. Ah, you're angry at me. I hit you before by accident. Alright, there we go. 26 emeralds. That's good for now. Hello, sirs. My favorite guys in the game right here. Yes, it's happening. It's happening, guys. It's happening. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy. Okay, so shout out to Freddy Avocado 3127 on YouTube. Random reply to a comment actually on the video that I watched saved me, bro. I did not realize that I had mob griefing turned off in this world. I'm getting excited, but I also see those angry icons as well, so I'm not sure if it did actually work, but at least we know something is happening now. Shouldn't be much longer until we have an infinite source of villagers. I think I hear a baby villager. Yeah, look at that, dude. We got our first baby villager. I think the only problem I was having before was that the glass was covering and it wasn't allowing them to pathfind to the beds. Dude, I am so happy. I'm not joking when I tell you that took like a day and a half. It is now the evening. Yesterday morning is when my first couple of villagers got turned into zombies over there. And ever since, I've been trying to make this work. The only thing I've done in between is grab a little bit of red fire coral. Oh my goodness, dude. I am so happy that this is done and over with and out of the way. Not only is it extremely useful, but it has been a nightmare to put together. But it's been a really valuable learning experience. The next time I put something like this together, it will be way more easy and it will come way more intuitively. So I'm probably going to build another couple of these and stack them on top of each other and see if I can't. Maybe I'll extend the house out by 1 or 2 blocks on each side and see if I can't stack like a 2x2 villager breeder. And I think that'll only take up the first floor of this house. So lots of plans, but that is one goal that is out of the way. And I am so happy that it is. I feel genuinely rewarded right now and like fulfilled from doing that. This playthrough has been such a fun playthrough and we're only on episode 3, dude. So anyways, with all that out of the way, I'm gonna watch a movie or something and wait for a couple villagers to get bred up. Then I'm gonna make us a cleric villager and then we are going to get all of the redstone that we need because I have plenty of emeralds even after getting all the mending books that we needed. All right, and we have got our first villager that we are about to turn into our first cleric. And as soon as the other ones that are up there as well turn into adults, we're gonna get 1 or 2 more down here as well. So can you get a better trade than 1 for 2? Or is it only 1 for 2? Do they offer more as you level them up? I guess there's only one way to find out. Oh yeah, I am gonna block this off because I don't want him to get messed up or anything like that, so we'll leave that in there for now. Yeah, so I was saying before that I might add additional villager breeders, but I don't think I'm gonna need to do that. It's literally been 1 in-game day and they have made that guy that I put over there, this guy right here, and there's 3 more baby villagers down in here. So this is super efficient. Again, link for this villager breeder will be down below. And if you guys have any problems putting it together, definitely let me know what your issues are down in the comments below, and I'll do my best to help you out because I get it. I get the pain. I went through it for this video, so. All right, now we have another adult villager waiting in there. So if we literally just go up to the side of our breeder here, click on that, we will send him down and he will go join the other cleric guy there. Oh no, he didn't go in. No, sir. You need to come back. Perfect. Get you logged in on some trades here. I need more of this anyways. Immediately level you up to apprentice. And yeah, I think that's going to be a much more reliable, consistent, and significantly less time-consuming way for us to get redstone for this build and any future builds that we may need redstone blocks for in the future as well. So I might get 1 more down here, but other than that, I will cut to... Probably I'll just cut to when we're building the tower, honestly. We have gotten far enough into this video without tackling the main project. This video will probably end up being a longer video with that being said, but I think it's time we get started on the tower. All right, so before we actually get started on the tower build, we're actually going to have to terraform a little bit around the base of it because I'd like to create a foundation for the tower and then the tower itself. And we're also going to be expanding the tower out by a couple of blocks as well. So we're going to need quite a bit more space than we have over there at the moment. I'm also probably going to get a little carried away and end up terraforming over here as well because as you can see, it's quite a bit more choppy than the rest of our base area. The rest of our base sort of has that smooth rolling texture to it. And yeah, I've done that all by hand, but I think it's made for a really nice result so far. So I'm going to keep doing that. And then I'm going to have to make all the red nether bricks that we're going to need because I have a bunch of netherrack that's waiting to be smelted. So I'll probably make like an industrial sort of smelting system for that. And once all that busy work is out of the way, then we can go ahead and start texturing and building up the walls of the tower. Or, well, I guess we'll have to start with the foundation first. But either way, plenty of work to come. And I'm thinking I may very well do that in a live stream tonight. So if you guys are watching this video and you're interested in catching one of the live streams, then definitely be sure to check out the channel's live stream history and turn notifications on to catch any of the future ones as well. Alrighty boys, it's been about 2 days since I recorded the last bit of this video. And with that, that is 2 streams down as well here for the channel. So if you guys are you're interested in catching those at any point, be sure to check out the live tab here on the channel. I'll be keeping those publicly available for you guys to watch whenever you want. But with that being said, we have done a little bit of work on the frame of the tower. As you can see, it is significantly larger now, and we haven't even gotten it as tall as we want it to be yet. I did spend a little bit of time on stream with the super smelter here, making all of the nether brick that we need. So we have plenty of red nether bricks over in this chest right here, about a full double chest, and at some point we'll probably need more coral blocks, and we are definitely going to need more redstone blocks as well. These blocks we're not going to use as much as the red nether bricks, but they are going to be textured, they are going to be in there quite a bit, and obviously we're going to have quite a lot more to fill in than we would have had before. So with all that being said, it's time for me to start using all these emeralds that I've gathered over the last couple of days on stream, which I know that's kind of pathetic. I'm going to make an automatic crop farm right away here. But regardless, I have to start trading for redstone, so I will see you guys when we're ready to start the build. While I'm trading for all this redstone and while I'm waiting for these trades to refresh, I will show you guys yesterday I actually expanded, like I said before, the base of the tower. So here's the old circle that we had. Here's the new circle that we have. I also have to get some scaffolding, build all the way up, and make sure that we have this pillar as tall as we want it as well, because this is sort of going to be our reference as we build the rest of it. I know I screwed up here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have at the very tippy top 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe I could just do a 3 block at the top instead of 4. But yeah, basically what I was saying before is we have the bottom base of the tower, and then we have it breaking into 3 blocks, which is 4. And then we have 7 blocks for each segment. The middle of it is going to be 14. And then we have 7, 7, 7. And then at the top, we have 4, which I think I'm going to turn into 3. So the 3 segments of the tower that are 7 blocks tall equate to 21 blocks. 21 blocks plus 21 blocks is 42. The 2 smaller sections at the bottom, both of the smaller sections at the bottom and the top equal 7 altogether. So that's 49. And then we have 14 in the middle as well, bringing us to 56 blocks tall. I don't know if that explanation will make it in the video or not, but it may very well, because I think that that kind of explanation could be helpful for other people with their big build. The math is ridiculously important. That's why they used to tell us in school, if you ever want to do a job with engineering, you'll have to be good at math. Kind of true, actually. Anyways, with all that out of the way, I'm going to keep trading for redstone because this process is not going to get any shorter. All right, so as you can see from my inventory, I did end up caving. No pun intended. I actually didn't mean to do that. But anyways, I did end up deciding to go down into the caves for a little bit and get a couple of stacks of redstone ore. So I'm just going to tower up really quickly and take all that out, see how much we get from that. And just like that, we can break all this down and see how much we get from this. That's just 1 stack, dude. Oh my goodness. This might end up taking a little bit longer than I anticipated, but I'm committed now, so. All right, so finally I'm about to get started building the tower up, but just looking at the shape here, we can see a bit of a weird shape. We have a circle inside of a circle inside of what is going to be another circle. Obviously, this most inner circle is the circle we had in the first place, and we're going to be getting rid of that entirely. And these blocks that we extended on each side of the circle here is going to be the actual foundation of the tower. With that being said, I have to get all the way to the top of this and destroy all of this dirt so that we can actually start building up the foundation. For the foundation of the tower, I actually just spent about an hour gathering a bunch of blackstone for that. So let's go ahead and make all of that into the blocks that we're going to use. So I'm going to grab a bunch of polished blackstone bricks, but I'm also going to grab a bunch of regular polished blackstone as well. And we're just going to sort of texture the foundation with those 2 blocks. All right, so like I was saying before, we are just going to take out this circle on the very inside. And now that we're done that, that leaves us with just the outer circle that we actually need to fill in and figure out the pattern that we're going to do for it. So let's go ahead and pull out our blackstone and do that really quickly. So as you can see right here, we have with the center block right here, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So this is something that I struggled to learn a lot, and I imagine that a lot of people struggle with this as well. Now, I learned how to do this by watching a ton of WaxFraud's live streams. He makes a lot of circular builds in his most recent nether hub that he made. I actually watched over the course of about 2 weeks and learned the circle patterns a lot over the course of that 2 weeks. So I'll actually go over that one more time in the video. This part of the video might be a bit extended, but I want to do this for anybody that might struggle with these circular builds. So if we go to the center of this circle, you can see that if I count right out from the center here, excluding the first block, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm 15 blocks out on each side, including the center. It's 16 out, but I exclude the center because that helps me remember how many blocks I've actually left from the center on each side. That being said, again, this circular design that I went with is 1, 2, 3 blocks out from the center, again, excluding that center block. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And that's just repeated all the way around. And so basically what we're going to be doing with this circle out here is figuring out how we're going to make a perfect circle. So I'm going to try and go out 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then I'm going to sort of go and repeat that on the other side and see if that works. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to have to destroy all this dirt so that we don't get too confused. Okay, so again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and we might need to do 3 up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. We're gonna need to get this out of the way completely. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's go and repeat that on the other side and see if that gets us any closer. That's not enough. Okay, so what we're gonna need to do is break all of this out of the way. And I think we're gonna need to actually go 5 blocks out from the center here. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. No, that's not right. So we got 5, 3, 2, 2, 2. Let's try and do that on the other side as well. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. No, that's not right. Oh, it's supposed to be 1, 2, 1. Okay, perfect. There we go. So we got this pattern actually figured out, I think. I don't think we need to do any more trial and error. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. So 1, 5. 1, 3. 3 2s. A 1. 2, 2, 2, 3, 5. So I'm going to repeat that on all sides. I'm not going to keep this part of the video any more extended than I need to, but I do hope that helps some people that maybe caught this part of the video. These circular designs can be a real pain, especially when you're learning them. And honestly, most people probably just give up in the process of trying to learn them. I know I almost did many times. But once you actually do get a feel for how to do this, it comes second nature. And every time you go to do another one of these designs, all you have to do is sort of just figure out what the calculations of the diameters are. And I know I'm talking like a mathematician right now, but it's actually really not that deep. But anyways, like I said, I'm going to get this replicated on all sides. I think I'm going to replace it with the blackstone because I'm confident that that's the pattern that I'm going to want on the outside. And then we're going to get rid of all of this and we're going to raise this all up by 3, maybe 4 blocks. I think we're going to go probably 4 blocks up actually. All right, so I got the circle replicated on all 4 sides. I am probably going to have to take down this block gradient or this block palette, whatever you want to call it, over here because it is getting in the way of the build. But with that being said, I am going to raise this up by another 3 blocks or so, and then we are going to start filling it in, and then we can finally get to work on the actual tower itself. Finally. I'm basically just gonna raise this up by 3 blocks and do this. Just like so, all the way around. I'm gonna take a step back really quickly and just take a look at that. And I think that's actually gonna come out really nicely, dude. There we go. Very simple, very effective. Now let's continue doing that all the way around. Alright, yeah, let's break this out of the way because we are having troubles with it in the way, so... Alright, there we go. Now we can just continue filling this up, and we are just about done, actually. Alright, dude, and just like that, we have a 4-block tall foundation. I think we just have to fill this in, and then we can break all of the rest of this inside and raise it all up by... well, 4 blocks. And I would say that's starting to look pretty cool, dude. I think the red on black is going to look super cool by the time we're done with it. And obviously with this being, I think I said I was going to do it 56 blocks tall. That's going to be +4 now. This is going to be a 60 block tall build, dude. If this was anything other than a wizard tower, this would be completely unfeasible. But because it's such a small, contained build, I can actually do something ridiculously tall like this. So put a couple of days of time into gathering all the materials that we're going to need to do this. So hopefully it turns out the way I have in mind. But with all that out of the way, let's actually do what I need to do to get started on this tower finally. But with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and fill this foundation in and get everything moved up. All right, so I finished filling the foundation in, and I actually have a little bit of terraforming to do over here as well. I want a little bit more flat ground to work with, but I did leave the entire circle for the frame of the tower. I might just place a block, a temporary block, in each spot where we're going to be putting blocks to build the tower up. Actually, you know what? Let's just skip the temporary blocks and just start putting down red nether bricks. I was going to use blackstone for the first couple layers, but we already have blackstone for the foundation, so we don't really need to do that. I did fill this in over here, so we do have a lot more landmass to work with. I'm going to terraform it and make it look nice on the other side once we're done using this industrial smelter here. And I might get rid of this frame as well and make this sort of like cut into the foundation and just have like a staircase here. And now that I think about it, I might actually just leave this here, because if we leave this here, then we can actually use the foundation as like the first level of the tower, and I think that's a good idea. So like I was saying, I'm just gonna fill this in with red nether bricks just until we get the design that we have marked off on the ground there in dirt. Everybody always talks about how certain blocks sound in Minecraft, but man, what an underrated block sound. Red nether bricks, dude. Listen to that. Beautiful. Aw. While we're over here, actually, let's go ahead and extend this, the rest of the foundation down with all the deep slate that we have, or blackstone, I should say, that we have left over, because we do have more than enough. So we might as well get that out of the way first things first. All right, so I'd messed up the outline of this a little bit before, but I have everything evened out now. I actually got that figured out really quickly. I'm getting these circles down, man. I'm telling you, we're going to be doing a lot more circular designs in the future. But I'm just going to keep filling this up all the way around. This is actually a really big section that this is going to extend beyond, so get this out of the way as soon as we can. All right, keep this going up just like so. And with these last couple of blocks, that is pretty much entirely done now. Let's take a little bit of a fly back and just see how that looks. Oh yeah, dude, that is looking awesome. I don't have any rockets on me at the moment, but yeah, dude, look at that. Dang, that's looking really grand. Ow. Alright, so yeah, like I said before, we're basically going to bring this up by 1. We can destroy this block underneath. And then we're going to bring this up 1, 2, 3. And then we are going to do the exact same thing. Bring these 2 blocks in, break them out. And we are going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to do that 2 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Same thing. That guy there. Break these 2 out. And one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now we're going to do the same thing, but instead of going 7 up, whoopsies. Instead of going 7 up, we're going to go 14 up. So break these guys out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then we're going to do the same thing, but going back out the other way. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to do that 2 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're going to do 1 more, except we're not going to do 7. We're only going to do up 3. So 1, 2, 3. Because we have 1 layer on the bottom and then another layer of 3. And all of these other 7s equate to a number divisible by 7. But the 1 layer at the bottom plus the layer of 3 plus this layer of 3 is going to equate to 7 as well. If I sound proud of myself as I explain this, it's because I absolutely am. Learning this has made my builds so much better. Like, even if you look at the circular roof on the starter base, that is not a perfect circle whatsoever. I made it look good, but I had no idea how to make circles at the time. I literally remember watching my first ever tutorial video on how to make circular designs before making that roof design. So like I said, if it sounds like I'm proud of myself, it's because I absolutely am. I think this is going to turn out amazing because I actually know what I'm doing with these kinds of designs now. Anyways, let's take a step back. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, dude, that's going to look so crazy when we get it put up. It's going to look like the Tower of Mordor, dude. This is going to look insane. Oh, I think the reason that we keep getting this shorter than the actual outline of the tower is because we're not factoring in for the additional 7 blocks that this adds up to. So I think instead of 56, we're probably gonna have to do 63 blocks high, which is insane to even say out loud. But with all that being said, all I really have left to do at this point of the video is kind of just speed through me texturing the build with the red fire coral blocks, the redstone blocks, which I'm probably gonna need to sadly get more of throughout the build, and obviously the red nether bricks, which we're gonna use for the most part. But with all that being said, let's get right into it. Oh yes, and how could I forget? Because we're using red fire coral blocks to texture a build, we are going to need to bring mangrove roots and water buckets with us the whole way up the build, in case we ever feel like putting a red fire coral block down. I shrugged this off before when I first thought of doing this. I was like, it'll be fine. It's not that resource intensive, you know? It's not, pushes my glasses up. It's not that resource intensive. Bro, this is gonna suck, but it's okay, because it's gonna look really good. That being said, actually, I might just make an infinite water source right here so that I don't have to jump down every single time. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to jump down. So, it's a top slab, so I can't do that. Ugh. All right, now we can do this. Oh my goodness, dude. So I think basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep 1 stack of mangrove roots in my inventory at all times. And then I'm going to keep a bunch of buckets of water as well so that I don't have to keep running down here every single time I want to throw a little bit of texture in the build. But with all that being said, I think it's time we actually get started on getting this tower raised up a little bit. I'll show you guys how I'm doing the texture just to start with, and then we'll probably just get to a time lapse because we have spent more than enough time working on this video. It's been about 3 weeks, and that's about how long it took me to get the last one out. But if I'm being totally honest with you guys, I didn't work on the last one for probably 2 weeks of that in-between period. I've actually worked on this video for like the entire 3 weeks. So by no means am I trying to rush through the video or anything like that, but it is about time we get this build put up. Basically what we're going to do is just destroy these 3 blocks here. Then we're going to create a temporary block down here, build this up, break that one down there, and then we're going to just build up another 2 blocks, and that way we're 3 blocks up and we can start basically doing the design that we're looking to do. And of course the texture block that is going to be the most fun to put in, the red fire coral blocks, because we have to put a waterlogged mangrove root behind every single one of them, which is going to be so much fun. Anyways, let's get a quick time lapse going. I think we should actually just speed through the body of this tower. It's going to be a pretty repetitive task that takes up the next 2 or 3 hours of my life. So I will see you guys when it's all done. All right, and this is what we got so far. This is turning out really good. All we have to do at this point is basically just fill in that outline that we've now put in. I did put in a little bit of a lighting design on the bottom corner of the foundation of the build, as you can see back there as well. I don't know if we're going to stick with that. I might actually tweak the foundation a little bit just to give it a little bit more depth and just make it look a little bit nicer overall. I also feel like I used too much redstone on the trim of the corners of the tower, so I'm gonna try and use a lot less of that throughout the rest of the build. It'll also save me a lot of redstone as well. So anyways, let me get back to it and finish off the body of this tower. All right, so let me take all this scaffolding down really quickly here, but then we're gonna take a step back from the build and just take a look really quickly at the progress that we're making. It's kind of hard with the shaders on actually, but we'll go down here and take a look. So you might be able to tell that we're not using any texturing blocks anymore. What's that all about? Well, basically all that means is that I wasted a bunch of time gathering blocks that I didn't end up needing in the long run. If we come over here and take a look at what it actually looks like when it's all textured, I just don't like the look of that. I just don't really think that looks good at all. And I'm disappointed about that because I thought these blocks were gonna look good together, but they just don't in this sort of style. Maybe they could in another way, but I'm just not getting it to work. So I'm just gonna basically do what we did with the barn house build with the tower build. We're gonna do one flat color, and then we're gonna add a bunch of different lighting designs, maybe some balconies or additional sort of like split off towers. We'll have to do some brainstorming and figure it out as we go, but I gotta get back to this build for now. Oh my goodness, dude, this just got so much easier now that I'm not using those other blocks to texture with. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. This just got so much quicker. I don't think you guys understand. It was literally taking me probably 5 times the amount of time before. All right, back to the time lapse. We are getting lots done now, dude. Oh my goodness, dude. This is gonna look crazy when it's done. Oh my god, it already does. We are outdoing ourselves with this one, man. I'm not gonna lie. That looks so cool. That looks way better with just flat nether bricks too, man. Way better. Sometimes less is more, I guess. We're gonna have to get rid of the rest of those redstone blocks. That just looks awful, dude. I really wish that looked better, but it just looks terrible. That's okay. Not all your choices end up working out the way you want them to, I guess. Now that we're done with the big segment right in the middle, we're actually going to be going outward instead of inward, so it's a little bit more confusing when we're actually filling it in, but it's basically the same thing, just the opposite. And yeah, we're starting to get that effect as we cascade outward again. Beautiful, dude. I'm slowly going to replace the blocks that we tried to texture with before as we make our way around the build, but with that being said, we have got this entire side of the tower done, and I would say that is looking super good. Even with just flat red nether brick, we're gonna put some lighting designs in the middle. I think we're gonna use sea lanterns for that, which will look really good, I think. But yeah, we're basically, like I said before, we're gonna do what we did with the barn house. We're gonna just put everything up first. It might look really flat, it might look really basic to start, but as we saw with the barn house, in the end, it ends up always turning out really good if you just commit. And if we haven't committed to this build, then I don't know what we've done, because we have committed to this build, okay? Anyways, I'm thinking we should have enough red nether brick to get this whole tower up, and basically all I have to do now is get this replicated what I just did on all 4 sides. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and just like that, we have 2 walls of the tower completed. Obviously we have all these mangrove roots left over because we decided to stop using the coral halfway through. I'll probably get those out of there eventually. But yeah, that is 2 walls down and 2 to go. 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. This has basically been the last hour and a half of my life, and it's probably going to be the next hour of it. Dang it, dude. All the planning in the world can't save you from an error like this. I screwed up a little tiny bit. All right, so I'll show you guys where I screwed up. So if you can see, there's 1 3, and then 1. It kind of all blends together, but if I go over here, you can see it better. But if we go around to the other side of the build and pretty much every other side of the build, you can see that we have 1, 3, and then we go into 7. So I don't know how I made that mistake. I really don't. But I have a whole lot to tear down now because of that. And honestly, I was like really invigorated, really excited. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get this done all tonight. And now I'm probably going to go to bed. I'm not going to lie. All right. From the looks of it, it seems I got everything fixed. I didn't end up going to bed. I didn't end up giving in to the frustrations. I do think that we got everything sorted at this point. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, okay. I see what I did wrong. Okay. So we'll put that there. Break that out. And now I think we're good. We still have the last little bit that we messed up putting in to actually take out, but other than that, let's get back up there and keep doing it. I think we're back on track now. All right, so if we just step back just a little bit more, we can see that I have most of the body of the tower done. If we fly over to this side as well, sorry for the frame rate, you can see that I have everything done perfectly on these two sides. The only thing I messed up on was the front, and I am just about done putting everything back in place to get everything done correctly. So pretty soon we are going to have a fully built up body of the tower, and that looks so good, dude. Literally giving Tower of Mordor vibes. All right, so here's a really good example. You can tell that we are a little bit off on this part of the tower. It might not be super easy to identify if you're not sort of playing the game from my perspective. But basically what we're going to want to do is we're just going to want to take this out here, this strip of blocks, because instead of building out one block and then building up from there and breaking the temporary block underneath, I actually just, for some reason, I made the mistake of building straight up from there. So we lost the cascading effect on just this one part of the tower, and we actually lost that all the way from the bottom to the top. So I've just been fixing that over the last couple of minutes, and the way I'm doing so is by going around to the other sides of the tower that I know I got right, and I'm basically just looking for that same pattern that we were going over when we were building the trim of the foundation. I'm basically just going around the build, repeating to myself over and over, 1 1 2 1 2 1 1 1 2 1 1 2. And that's basically building circles, dude. Both the process of actually building them and actually fixing them when you screw up in the end as well. So as you can see, I'm making this one too wide. I made this one too wide. Before, I accidentally had it 1 wide, so it wasn't actually lining up with the rest of the design. With it being such a big build, you wouldn't really even notice it from a distance, but once we start putting end rods and lights and hanging lanterns and stuff like that all around the build, you will start to notice it. So I had to make sure that I went around and made sure everything was perfect. Also, sorry for recording this clip without shaders on. I didn't even realize it's probably pretty jarring. There we go, that's better. There we go. Now that's connecting correctly. Okay. That is looking nearly finished, dude. Obviously not entirely, but nearly. This is the kind of thing I was doing. Like, I just broke that block right there, and it was on top of the base that we were supposed to bring it out a block. I don't know why I did that so much. It's just hard to identify when you run into that kind of issue. All right. Yeah, look at that. I think we're pretty much done fixing everything that we messed up. All right, perfect. So now we got the flat base of the center of the tower. Then 1 2 1 2 1 1 1 1 2 1 2. And now all that's left is for me to fill this side of the tower that we haven't fully filled in yet. It took me probably an hour or two to actually go around and figure out all the mistakes that I made. But now that that's out of the way, we can just go ahead and finish the body of the tower real quick. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Hello, Flo. How you doing, buddy? My heart literally drops every time I fall off of this build. I have a legitimate fear of heights, and this build has been really triggering that. Not gonna lie, dude. It's all over, but the crying, and nobody's crying but me. Oh, wow, that was perfect timing. 1 block left, dude. 1 block left. Let's go ahead, put it in place, and that is officially the body of the tower complete. A little hard to see, as I said before, with shaders on, but man, it's done. It's finished. If we look at the outline on the map, it's a little bit messed up on the inside and also from the scaffolding on the outside. But from what I understand, we do have it perfect on the outside now. Anything that's messed up on the inside in terms of the shape, I'll fix as I start to put the floors of the tower in. But yeah, dude, that is looking absolutely freaking menacing. Before I get started on the rest of the tower, I had to come to the skeleton spawner that we built on stream the other day. I think this turned out really awesome. Every single build that I do is just turning out better and better, and I'm really happy about that. But I gotta get my tools mended up, and then we will head back to the tower and start building the rest of it up. So we'll start by putting some lights in the corners from the top to the bottom. We'll probably put some stairs in there, some fences and some walls. Basically, we're just gonna be smoothing out the frame of the tower to make it look a little bit better. All right, so now that we're back at the base, as eager as I am to detail the tower, we actually had to do the roof first. Now, the most important thing to keep in mind when doing a roof that isn't on a square or a rectangular design is just not to overcomplicate it too much. You're basically not doing anything different whatsoever. You're just gonna make the shape of your roof the way you normally would from one side to the other, and then you're just gonna want to rotate it 90 degrees. The hard part, if you're not experienced with building circles, as I am just getting experienced with, is actually filling it in right, which is why we ended up making mistakes on the tower as well. So just make sure you're paying attention to where you're placing your blocks when the circle is moving in or moving out, and you'll hopefully avoid that issue that we ran into on the body of the tower. So we're going to do our best to avoid that issue as well, and we're going to start looking to make the shape of the roof. One other thing that I want to do quickly before we actually do start building the shape of the roof is break out all these blocks that are completely unnecessary. Now that we have the actual frame of the tower body finally figured out, I don't know if there's one on the next level down, but we're going to break that for now. And if I open the map, that looks perfect. As you can see, there's 1 2 1 2 1 2 on each side. Same thing on every single side now. That is beautiful, dude. That is about 2 days of work just getting the body of the tower. And if we just look up from inside, there's a couple of stray blocks like this, and obviously the mangrove root still. But my goodness, dude, this thing feels absolutely gargantuan. I've never built anything this massive before. I've never actually built anything big enough in Minecraft to make me use the word gargantuan to pull that one out of the inventory. What the heck? All right, so I was trying to think of a design that I wanted to use for the roof before, and I built it up and broke it down, and built it up and broke it down, and probably did that about 3 times in a row before putting this blackstone stair trim all the way around the edge. And I like the look of that, but it got me thinking maybe we should do a dome instead of a roof. I think I actually really like the idea of that, because when we did the dome over on the starter base, I still didn't know what I was doing with circular designs. Don't get me wrong, it looks really good, but it's not exactly how a dome should be. If you just take a look at the circular design over on the dome on the starter base compared to the circular design on the tower, you can definitely tell that this is done more correctly. And so with that being said, I did actually make a bunch of deep slate slabs and stairs for no reason, because I think I'm only going to use blocks for the dome up here. All right, so pretty quickly as I started building up the start of the dome, I got an idea for how we're going to want to do this. So right here, I started building up by 3, so let me build back up on top of here really quickly. And then I'm going to go in by 1, obviously with a temporary block, break that out. Always, always, always make sure you keep track of your temporary blocks when building circles. Otherwise, you will get completely messed up. But with that being said, we're going to go up another 3. I think I used a bit too much polished deep slate there, but that's fine. Basically, when you're near the outside of the dome, you just want to keep going straight up. And as you sort of get closer to the top, you want to bend in toward the middle. So that's what we're going to do. Actually, I think we will break down again and go 5 up at the start. So just getting the hang of this as I go myself, I'm not going to lie. Okay, so I went up 5 at the bottom, 3 here, 3 here. So we're going to break this down and we're going to go 2 up here. And then we're going to start wrapping toward the middle. Go 1. So it's that 1. Okay, so 5, 3, 2, 1. So we're gonna hop up here just like that, break out the temporary block below, and we're gonna go over with by 1, and we're gonna do another temporary block, bring that up. We're gonna go over by 3, so 2, 3, and then 1 more temporary block. All right, let's take a step back and just see how that looks. If I like the shape of that, then we'll actually lower the roof by a little bit. No, I don't like the look of that. Okay, so we got 5 at the bottom, 3 there, 2 here, 2 here, 1 here. So we'll go temporary block over here, put that in, and we'll go over by 2. So there's 1, 2, and then a temporary block, bring that up, go over by 2 again. So 1, 2, temporary block, put that there, and then we're gonna go over by 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to see if we can go over by 5. 1, 2, 3. Obviously, that is not ideal. Actually, yeah, maybe it is ideal. Hold up, let's take a step back and take a look, because I don't think this has to be... I don't think the number at the top has to be 5. I don't think that's the case. So let's just take a look at the shape really quickly. Yeah, there it is, dude. Let's just take a rocket back. Yeah, there we go. That looks really cool. Imagine that completely filled in with glass. That's gonna look really awesome. I don't have the continuity mod on, unfortunately. I have been trying to find a way to get continuity set up with the way that I have things running, but unfortunately I haven't been able to do so yet. But when I am able to, and we have deep slate on the trim and sea lanterns going all the way around as well, this is gonna look so good. End rods on the sides as well, just like we have them over on the base. Lots of plans, but also lots of work. So let me get back to it real quick and replicate that on all sides. All right, dude, and just like that, we have got the trim of the roof fully completed. And yeah, I think I really like that. Yeah, let's go, man. Now that I have a better understanding of these... Oh, I left a temporary block over there. We'll have to remove that as soon as possible. But look at that. We even got the beautiful sunrise sponsored by BSL shaders. What a design, dude. Once we get this all filled in with glass, it's going to look amazing. And unfortunately, we're not going to have the best result because we don't have continuity mod active, but we will eventually. And this build is going to look amazing regardless. God, I also did that really quickly too. Like, I'm so happy with how proficient I am at these things as well. Not just the fact that I can do them, but the fact that I'm actually relatively proficient at them as well. And we're only on episode 3. That's absolutely crazy. At this point, the amount that I've been recording over the last 2 weeks or so does not feel like we're still on episode 3, but we are. Anyways, I'm gonna get all this dirt out of the way because we no longer need it. And I have to smelt up a bunch of glass to actually fill this with, so what we're gonna do is continue on with the rest of the build in the meantime. Like detailing the walls of it, putting some... I'm actually gonna put some sea lanterns in the middle of each side of the tower, so I'm gonna go grab some of those and we can do that first things first. But as I mentioned before as well, we have a little bit of a end rod lighting design right here, so we're gonna kind of basically do that throughout the whole build and just give it a little bit of light. All right, this is perfect because the sun is just setting, so I've had this lighting design in mind for a little while now. If you know, you know, amen. But unfortunately, I committed the cardinal sin of using 14 blocks, or in other words, an even number, as the measurements of one of the sections of our build. So like I said, that is the cardinal sin of building. If you're gonna be doing anything that's gonna be decorated later on, you can't be doing an even amount of numbers. So I screwed up a little bit in that regard, and we're kind of stuck with that. I'm always going to notice it, but if you were somebody that was just entering into my world and you never saw this episode and you walked by this tower, you wouldn't even notice it. So I'm just going to leave it. I mean, what are my other options really? Tear this whole thing down to the halfway point and restart? I'm not doing that. All right, so for this, we're just going to come along with some diorite walls and put them in here just like so. And then we're going to put some pale oak fences in there. And then we're also going to go ahead and throw some end rods on the bottom of each of those as well, and that's going to give us a nice little bit of light on the side of this tower. Actually, I think we're going to put one more on each side as well, obviously the pale oak fence as well. And then if we take a little bit of a step back, I'd say that looks really nice. If we can do that on all 4 sides and then do the same thing on the bottom as well, that's going to look really cool. We might have to change out our light source in the center from sea lanterns to maybe copper bulbs, honestly. We used it for the barn house, and I may very well end up using a lot of that block throughout this playthrough because I really like it. It's one of my favorite lighting blocks in the game. But with the end rods, there's just way too much cool light going on, so we're going to have to get a little bit more warm light going on in the build as well. Like I said in the last video, boys, I'm a sucker for lighting design, so let's go ahead and fix that really quickly before we put in any more end rods. Okay, this felt a little weird putting this many in on this level. I think I meant to start up here because there's 4 ones up here. So if we go 4, 3, 2, 1, that should work out really nicely actually. And then if we go up, we can put 1, 1, 1, 1, fence, 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 and get some end rods in there as well. Whoopsies. Oh, and look at that, dude. That looks awesome. That looks so good, especially with the lights being changed out in the center there. That looks so good. All right, let me get that replicated on all 4 sides. Alrighty, so I have that end rod design replicated on all 4 sides from the top to the bottom, but I feel like there's too many end rods. So I think what we're gonna do is break out the bottom row and the top row of end rods and replace that with a line of sea lanterns all the way around on the first segment of 7. Because it's 7, we actually have a middle point as well. So let me just go ahead and do that around the whole build really quickly and just see how that looks. And yeah, as I go around, I'll break out all of the end rods as well that I have. So let me just take these ones out as well. All right, get these last couple sea lanterns in here just like so. Then I'm gonna put blackstone slabs on the top and the bottom of this row of lights and see how that looks. All right, and just like that, last couple of slabs in place. Let's take a step back and see how that looks. And I think I like that quite a bit, especially if we get that done on the top as well. Oh yeah, dude, that makes it look awesome. All right, so I've employed the help of our good friend Flo to help get this finished, but as you can see, I think this is looking absolutely amazing. Spices up the lighting design of the build a little bit instead of just having a bunch of end rods. Obviously, end rods always look amazing, but it was just looking like a little bit too much of the same before. So I think this is going to do a lot to complement the rest of the build. And just like that, we have got that put in on both the top and the bottom. And I think that actually ended up looking really cool, dude. Yeah, that looks awesome. That looks so good. This is turning out so well. I'm so happy with this so far. We got to get the rest of these rows of end rods taken out, but after that, we will start brainstorming on what we do next with this. All right, so I have been doing a little brainstorming like I was saying before, and I think I'm just going to do a window on the second and third level below each strip of sea lanterns that we have around the top and the bottom of the tower. So we're basically going to do the same sort of circular window design that we did over for the barn house. So I'll go ahead and get that done on all 4 sides now and just see how that looks. I feel like this one should be a little bit bigger. Oh, I screwed up. That's why. Okay. Okay, so we're going to put a stair there, block there, stair there. Oh, yeah. I think I like that. And then we'll do a little bit of a smaller circular window on this level. So we'll basically just find the center and we'll break out a 3x3 area. Then we can put stairs on each corner just like so. Round that off nicely. Yeah, I kind of like the look of that. I'll try and fill it with stained glass 1 block behind it. All right, so I got all those windows in on all 4 sides of the tower, on the top and on the bottom. And I decided to put in white stained glass instead of black stained glass because you couldn't really see the black stained glass at all. But holy crap, dude, that is starting to look so good. Like, that really started to bring the whole build together. I also really like that we took that extra layer of end rods out and replaced it with the sea lanterns, because then we can go ahead and go around the foundation and put in that layer that we took off the tower all around the foundation. We can go 4, 3, 2, 1. I think that'll look really good. All right, so I wasn't recording while I was doing this, but I ended up coming up with a pretty nice arch design. We used some strip spruce logs for the frame, some dark oak stairs and trap doors, and I also threw some polished blackstone buttons in there as well. I was thinking about making stairs on this side up to the tower, but it just didn't end up really working. But I also ended up extending our end rod design all the way around the foundation as well, and I think that's turning out really cool. But now that I got that figured out, we have a bunch of white stained glass in our inventory, so that means we are going to have to go all the way to the top of the tower and actually fill in that dome that we made before. So let's get up there and do that real quick. All right, so now that I'm up here, I don't even know if I'll have enough glass in my inventory to fully fill this in with. I'll have to probably go grab more eventually. But one important thing that we're going to try doing when filling in this dome is what we did with the dome over on the starter base. Basically, I made the mistake on the starter base of going in 1 block from where we actually did the trim. And as you can see, it ended up working. Like, it doesn't look terrible, but the circle is a little bit messed up. So instead of going in, we're just going to stick true to the design that we actually came up with before. And we're just going to fill it in by basically following all the way around the trim that we made, the design that we made. And we could literally do so by just going like this and making sure that we do the trim so that we don't get confused along the way. Again, just like coming up with the design of a dome roof, this part is super easy to overcomplicate. Try not to do that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna obviously fill it in one behind, but 1, 2, 3. And I might end up doing a design in each section of glass that we end up filling in, but for now, I'm just going to fully fill it in with white glass. I was thinking about doing like a yin-yang before, but that would be a bit too complicated. It might actually take me a couple days. So if I do end up doing that, I'll do it over on stream. And now we're going to fill in going in toward the center of the roof. Oh, this is kind of confusing. I'm not going to lie. I've never done this before. Now that it's slanted, or now that it's tilted onto its side, that started to confuse me quite a bit. But I think we're good. Just gonna fill in like that until we get to the center. And fill in like that until we get to the center. And that's simple enough. Same thing over here. Fill that in. And I think that's it. Just like so. We'll fill this in too. Perfect. Take a step back. Obviously, we don't have continuity mod on, but ESL shaders. That looks amazing, dude. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. All right, let me get that done on all 4 sides, and then we will see where we're at after that. We are getting pretty close to this build being done, dude. I am genuinely excited for us to get to that point. I recorded pretty much this entire video up until we started building the tower in about a day or 2. Since I've started building the tower, I've probably been recording for like a week and a half. This build has taken so long, it's genuinely ridiculous, and we are almost there, dude. Almost there. And honestly, sorry if this video ends up being like an hour and 45 minutes long. It might even end up being longer than that. We'll see. We'll see once post is all finished and done with. But anyways, dude, let me get filling up with glass, and I'm probably gonna have to go get more because that is a metric buttload of glass right there. Please let this last stack be enough to fill it in. Oh my goodness, dude. I really don't want to have to go get more sand and smelt it down. Oh, come on, bro. Please. This should be enough. It should be enough. Okay, hold up. Yes, I think we're gonna have enough. Oh my goodness. There it is, dude. It is finished. It is complete. We got some lighting up to do of the top of this roof, obviously, still, but wow. There we go, man. This thing is starting to really come together at this point. Yeah, like I was saying, let's get back up here and let's actually get some lighting up on this roof. So let's start right at the middle with a diorite wall, a fence, and then an end rod, just like we did before, and make our way down each side of the tower. And then we're going to go out from the center of the tower as well, maybe like this. Then we'll put one there, and we'll also put one right there as well. So then we'll put fence, end rod. Gotta make my way back up here, and I can actually just use the glass now that I don't need it anymore. Another fence, another end rod, fence, end rod, fence, and then an end rod. And then we're gonna do the same thing going down the sides as well. You right here, there, end rod. Dang it, dude. Dang it, dude. Dang it, dude. There we go. Drop down, and you are gonna go right there. Perfect, dude. That is it. We are finished with that. Take a step back. Yeah, look at that. That looks awesome, man. Oh my goodness, dude. What have I done? Seriously, this is crazy. As you can see, we've gotten all the lights done at the top. We have pretty much everything done, dude. There's a few finishing touches that we're gonna make before the video's over. But that is dang near a finished product. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy with how that turned out, guys. All right, so from the front door of the tower, I'm just gonna bring a path out for now. Start bringing this out just like so. I'm going to turn it from here, and we're just going to sort of bring it back, wind it towards the forest over there. All right, now let's just get this connected over here. All right, and then we'll put some slabs there and some slabs just over there as well. Perfect, dude. And just like that, we are at the front door of the tower. That actually lined up perfectly. And if we look on the map, we have a perfectly winding path going from the forest all the way to both entrances of the tower. Now let me go grab some tree saplings and some bone meal, and we'll get this place looking nice. So at some point in the future, I'm probably going to expand this forest just a little bit and create another pond area right here. But I don't want there to be too much of a break from the forest to the tower. So we're going to put some azaleas on the side, and they're going to end up growing into some azalea trees like we have over on the side of the path over there. So I think that's going to be a nice theme to have going around the build. Around all our paths is some azalea trees. Everything looks nice with an extra azalea tree. All right, so now that I got this bone meal, we're heading back over to these azaleas. We're going to grow them up really quickly. So let's do that. Get one there, and we'll bone meal up the rest of the area as well. Make that look nice. Bone meal that azalea up. I need a couple more to put on the rest of the path along to this other entrance over here. Break all this creeper grass out of here because I absolutely despise this foliage block. Continue this along the side here, and then I did bring some flowers as well to throw down along each side of the path, so we'll do that as well. Rose bush there, lilac there, peony there, lilac there, rose bush there, another rose bush there just to make things look a little bit random. Lilac there, peony there, rose bush there, rose bush there. Actually, yeah, rose bush there. Gonna have to move all this stuff out of the way eventually as well, obviously, but I'm gonna save that for a little bit later. And this is basically just the finishing touches like I was mentioning before. This is the stuff that really brings the build together. Keep this bone meal coming all the way around to the front of the tower here. Do the same thing on the way back. All over the inside here. Get it nice and grassy. Break out all the creeper grass, get it out of here, get it out of here. And then we're also going to throw in a couple of lampposts as well. I'm going to put this tree a little bit too close because we're going to put a black stone wall there, a spruce fence there, a spruce fence there, a spruce fence there, and we're also going to remove that. Put a trapdoor there, put a trapdoor there as well, and then we're going to take a lantern if I have one. Oh yeah, I do. Perfect. And then we're going to just hang that there, and that looks awesome, dude. Beautiful sunrise to complement that. But I'm gonna put a couple more of these lampposts in place. Put a lamppost here. Build up one block. Break that block. Fence, fence, fence. Trapdoor. Trapdoor. Lantern, and there's a lamppost. And that's actually one of my favorite kind of lampposts that I've found so far. Obviously, there's many different designs, but this is super simple, yet super effective. Let me put in one more of those over here, and then probably one more over on the other side of the tower as well. And that is starting to look really nice around the outside of the tower. Oh my goodness, dude. Just like that, just a little bit of landscaping makes it look really nice. We got some lampposts over here, some azalea trees now. Got a bunch of flowers along the side of the path here. We actually made the path connect from the forest to the front of the tower. And my goodness, man, I have made some cool builds in this game, but this is bar none the best build that I've ever done. All right, so I went ahead and picked up a couple of more azaleas, so we'll continue putting those around the path. So we'll put one here. I think we'll put one right here. We could probably put one right there as well, right there. So let's bone meal that up. Bone meal this one up. Bone meal this other one up as well. I hate when they generate like that. It looks so wonky. That looks so bad. Why does it generate like that sometimes? It's so awful. It's so random. It's trying to overhang over nothing. Or I'll probably put another one over here in that case because it just completely hung over that way. So let's put another one there. Bone meal it up. Bone meal it up. Thank you. Yeah, see, what is that? What is that? That is terrible. All right, let's try that again. Can we please just get a decent tree? All right, bone meal that up. And that's terrible, dude. Okay, we'll take it, though. That's all right. At least it's taller this time. Like, what is that? What even is that? Like, I'm not even going to say nice try, game, because it's not a nice try at all. Not even a little bit. But yeah, you can even see with these other ones. It's so bad. Build a block up there. Break that out. Fence, fence, fence. Trapdoor, trapdoor, and a lantern. Like, what is this, dude? We're gonna have to take a couple of these trees down and try it again. I really hate azalea. I love how they look, but how they generate is just ridiculous. Like, what's the reason for that? What, like, genuinely, what's the explanation behind that? It's so bad. It's so bad, so consistently. All right, and with a little bit more space over there, I'll put another lamppost here as well. So I'll put a fence, another fence, trapdoor, trapdoor, and a lantern. I don't know if that's a bit too much. I'm not sure if that looks good almost on the diagonal like that or right on the corner, but I'm gonna keep it for now. And we're gonna put another azalea right there as well. I'll probably need to bring this out a couple of more blocks, but I'll do that in a little bit here. So just bone meal that up for now. And I'll probably do the same thing right over here. Bone meal that up. And we got the worst tree in the world once again. Like, what is that? I mean, come on, dude. Let me get out my leaves. I'll fix it. I think we're going to need another azalea right here as well. Can you do this with the flowering azaleas? I don't think so. Oh, you can. You can do that. Perfect. And get another one in over here. Hopefully we don't get that kind of a generation again because that is just terrible. That's a bit better. Well, a bit better, I guess. Get some more bone meal over there. Break that creeper grass. Some more bone meal there. A little bit there. A little bit there. A little bit there. A little bit there. Get all this creeper grass out of here. Nobody likes you. A little bit more. A little bit more bone meal there. A little bit more there. A little bit more there. Don't leave any area untouched. More bone meal there. More bone meal there. We'll start putting some rose bushes along the sides of this path as well. Get some in here. Get a rose bush there. Rose bush there. Lilac there. Lilac over here. Get a lilac going over there. So we'll get a couple peonies going over here. One right here. One right here. Put one back there and we can get some more bone meal going all the way back here as well. Grab a peony, put it right there. Break some creeper grass. Make some room. Another peony there. And we're going to pull out the rose bush again. Put one right there, right there. Crap, dude. This area is starting to really come together. This is looking super chill. Super ambient. Love it. Plus the menacing tower in the background all the way up there. Holy crap, man. Alrighty, and since we have enough space over here, I didn't actually put any azaleas in, so I'm going to go ahead and put one or two of those in here as well. Not right there, right there. And we'll bone meal that one up. And of course, we have another one that looks just awful, so grab some leaves and fix that up in a second, but bone meal this one up too. And that's a little bit better. Maybe we could even do with one over here, sort of like overhanging the cliff a little bit. Just maybe right there work, if we can get it bone mealed up. Yeah, that works. And then maybe we'll even do one in between as well, because they actually don't take up that much space. So you can actually kind of get away with putting more in. So I'll also put one more right there as well. And that'll give us a nice little tree line along the side of the tower here. Yeah, look at that. That looks really cool. We have the whole area surrounded in trees here now. We might even put one more down right here. So let's go ahead and do that. Put one right there. Bone meal it up. And that looks terrible. Nice. We are gonna have to go around and scrape all of these and put honey on them as well, wax them up so that they don't oxidize. So I'll just go around doing that. Get this guy scraped off, get him waxed up, get another one scraped off, get him waxed up, get that one waxed up. And this is why we made the honey farm, because I knew we were gonna be using lots of copper, whether it was trapdoors, blocks, or whatever we end up using. Better to have the honey and need it than need the honey and not have it. So I figured we would make some of this up. Now I actually have one more idea that I wanted to do on the actual tower before we end the video as well. So let me go ahead and get the materials that I'll need for that real quick right now. All right, so I grabbed a bunch of blackstone walls and I was thinking that we could actually put them sort of in the corners here by all of the end rods, just to add a little bit more texture to the build. And I think that will look really nice. I'm not sure if I just want to do one down on the first level here on the first row of blocks, or if I maybe want to extend it up, which I think might actually look really cool. So if we did something like that, for example, on all the different sides of the tower, I don't know. I think I like that actually. I think I really like that. That looks really good. Should we fully frame it like that? Should we fully frame the front of the tower like that on every side? Oh yeah, dude, that adds a whole lot. That adds a lot to the tower. Yeah, okay, let's go ahead and do that on every single side. I think I'll do it on every level as well, on every level that isn't wrapped in sea lanterns. I don't think we'll be able to do that down there. Yeah, dude, this looks really good. Let me get this done real quick. Should we do it on this part as well? Let's see how that looks. What do we think? Is it too much with it in the middle, or does that work? I'm not sure. I really like how it looks on the first two levels, but I'm not sure about it being in the middle. This I'm also not sure what we should do with. Should we sort of raise that up as well, or should we just leave it like it was before? I think we'll leave it like it was before, so we'll break out these 3 blocks. And I'll go and put this on the other side as well. I just want to see how that looks. Okay, yeah, I like the look of that on the first level, so let's do that on the second as well. Yeah, that looks really good. That looks really good, because if we did it all the way to the top on both these outer corners, then I think it would just look too much the same. It would look just too flat. Then I think that gives me an idea for up here. Maybe we could break out a couple of these blocks like so, and maybe that would look good, and maybe we could replace it with something else. But just for now, take a look at that. Obviously, I mentioned before that this is 14 blocks long, which is, you don't want even measurements of builds when it comes to decorating the outside of them, so it's gonna look a little wonky. But again, nobody would really notice unless they're me, and unless I pointed it out like I have at several points throughout this video. So let's go ahead and do that on the other side as well. I think that will look really cool. Okay, I broke out 1 block, and I think I kind of like that. On top of me putting these on all 4 sides, I'm also going to go ahead and do this around the whole trim of the top and the bottom of the tower. So I don't know if we're going to have the stairs connect or not, but I think we might just do that to sort of round the build off. Yeah, I like the look of that. That looks really good. It's kind of hard to see with these shaders looking at the sun like that. That's one thing I'm not a big fan of about these shaders. But we just take a look from this side. I think I like the look of that. Yeah, we're gonna repeat that on the top and on the bottom of the tower as well, and get the rest of these walls in. And that is another side complete, and I think that's actually all 4 sides complete, actually. Yeah, there we go, dude. Get off the flow and take a little bit of a rocket back. Take a look at that. Oh yeah, that adds so much to the build, dude. That looks so good. All right, let's get stable. Let's just take a look at that. And oh my goodness, dude, that has turned out to be one heck of a mega project. And just like that, I have got the top layer of stairs put all the way around the build, as well as the bottom layer of stairs. Can't really see it right now, but there you go. And we got walls put on every single side of the tower as well. And I would say that this is looking absolutely crazy, dude. If we just start from our honey farm here and walk over toward the tower, obviously you walk into this nice nature meadowy area, but then you have this tower just dominating the skyline. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm such a big fan of this build. And with that, I would say that that is a complete build, dude. I can't believe I'm at the point where I can say that, but obviously a build is never complete. You're always going to come back and tweak it and alter it in the future as you get better at building and come up with better ideas and stuff like that. But I think we are pretty much done with this build, dude. We haven't even touched the interior, and I'm going to do that one of these days on stream because it's going to take so long, and I think that that's a perfect task for a stream. I got about 40 villagers over there waiting to be given jobs, and a whole bunch of clerics in there, a whole bunch of librarians in that one, and a whole bunch of farmer villager traders over there in that shack off in the distance as well. So as much work as I've put into this tower, we still have a lot of work to do over the course of the next couple of weeks before we can even think about getting episode 4 out. So while I'm sure we could carry this video on for the next hour or two, continue putting blocks everywhere and making it look nicer, I am going to call the video there. It's been long enough, and it's taken me long enough to produce this video, so thank you so much for anybody that made it to this point of the video. You are an absolute legend. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like. A lot of time went into this video, so it would be really appreciated, and it helps my content reach more people. This guy's bugging me in the outro of the video. How rude. Anyways, I'm gonna get back to work on the rest of the outside of this base here, as well as editing this video and getting it uploaded. And with all that out of the way, I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.